Yo, stop scrolling. Stop scrolling. I got Desert-Wxlf.
Yo, what's good, y'all?
What's good? This is Stop Scrolling podcast episode 3. Check it out. Yeah. New shit. Let me see, what was I gonna say? I got this intro that I say, but let me hold on.
You good, bro?
All right. Welcome to the third episode of the Stop Scrolling podcast. Fuck. All right, here we go. One more time. All right. Welcome to the third episode of the Stop Scrolling podcast with JohnnyB, theShooter, and my special guest today is DJ Desert-Wxlf.
What's good, y'all?
Go ahead and tell the people that don't know who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Desert-Wxlf. I'm a man of many things. Main thing I do is the content director for FreeLabel.net. We are one of the latest streaming platforms that's coming up right now. Kind of in the same market as Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music. As he stated, I also DJ as well. I do graphic design, a little bit of video editing, and also do some event promotion and planning as well.
Yeah, I have seen your videos, like your recap of the Fubu-Palooza Austin.
Yeah.
All that, the little clips put together. Because I remember I was at Austin. It was Fubu-Palooza with special guest Murphy Lee.
Yeah.
And I think that was the first time I met you.
I want to say it was that, or it might have been the prior one with Chingy. I think is when we finally.
Yeah, okay. I can't remember which order they are. I just remember them. But yeah, like that was dope to see that you were out there doing that, because I didn't know that you were doing videos and stuff. So that was pretty cool. Like, I was thinking about it today, and I actually seen something like the modern day artist. Like, you can't really just be a musician anymore. No. You kind of have to be able to be self-sufficient within this industry, just because everything's so media related, like photos and videos and stuff like that. And you can even have apps on the phone like TikTok and stuff like that. So, like, what do you feel like the industry, as from an artist perspective, is going to go towards, as far as like what they have to do and provide for themselves, I guess?
I think the biggest thing that's getting ready to change, and you can notice it now, and it's one thing FreeLabel taught me, being with them for 4 years, is how you brand yourself. How you brand yourself as a whole entire package, and campaigning whatever you're doing. So if you got a write-up with an artist that you're doing, campaign it. Let people know. There's no shame into promoting.
Campaigning is like promoting?
Yeah, just kind of promoting it. So let's say, I'm doing a write-up with such and such on this day.
Okay.
All right, so now I'm going to go make a little flyer saying, hey, write-up dropping this day, blah, 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 blah. I think artists need to start focusing on just practicing campaigning, like I said, and just dropping things just to drop them. And just that's how I think you discover your genuine fans, instead of saying, hey, this many likes and I'll drop this. Just drop it.
Yeah.
I think people is cooler that way. The other thing, I think people, again, will start to be more independent. You have other platforms like DistroKid. Excuse me. DistroKid that are allowing artists just to, directly make money off their streams that way. And I think that's one of the number one right now.
What is DistroKid exactly?
As far as I know, I personally don't use it. I have friends do. But DistroKid pretty much is just another platform where you can make, I think you keep a majority of your royalties. I forgot how much it is a year. You pay a certain amount a year to distribute your music. And then, like I said, you get to keep 100% of the streams. I think you give them just a small percentage of it.
So that's like what a record label would do, right?
Yeah, and that's what the sense
that
is.
That takes away getting the necessity of being signed, right? If you can distribute your stuff to everyone on everything, right?
Yes, I think you'll start to see more independent labels, not necessarily more major labels, just people that are, whether they got an investment or they're putting their own money into their own label to, get better artists. Like I said, in today's time, record labels, they're starting to become kind of non-existent. I mean, they're still there. What I mean by that is, like, a lot of people will either get a deal or heard these rappers getting deals, and they see it's not all that. I mean, record label pretty much is just a major loan. A lot of things.
Right.
Only thing record label really provides is distribution, studio time, marketing, and events. You know, which if you look now, everyone's doing all that on their own. So
right. So like the artists themselves, do you feel like it's on them to create their own, I guess, content as far as different media like videos and photos?
Yes.
Because it's like everything is on our phone. Like everything is so visual now, and I think focusing on one thing, just like an audio thing, is kind of like limiting any type of exposure because everything's so like in your face, you know, to distract you.
Well, that's the thing, you know, we're always on our phones. Our attention spans are literally, it's hard to grasp something these days. So, yes, I think artists, you know, they should definitely, like I said, you show people you have a package, whether it be you're actually investing into your music videos. Your music videos actually have some type of story to them, other than just sitting in a house with guns and shit. Not that it's bad, but it's getting oversaturated.
Right. It kind of gets repetitive.
It's getting repetitive, but you know, as an artist, you know, showcase like your talents. You know, like if you're a singer and you write your own shit, you know, show that you write your own shit. The other biggest thing is networking. Get out there, talk to people, connect to people online. You know, that's still an efficient way to do that if you want to, you know, branch your brand or music out to other states.
So say you're a person that's always wanted to be a singer, be a rapper, be a DJ, and they're living this life where it's just like, I need to change, I need to fulfill myself. What would be your advice, like, to get started? Not necessarily like what happens after you blow up or whatever, but like how do you get from point nothing to having songs, to having visuals, to having a fan base, to being confident in yourself, to take on like the responsibility of being an artist? Because you're gonna take criticism all the time, and it's like what Tech Nine's song, like, I'm sensitive about my shit. Like, all artists are sensitive. I think for me, from my perspective, like from what I've seen, I feel like a lot of artists limit themselves and don't put stuff out because I feel like they're either afraid without knowing they're afraid because they want it to be quote unquote perfect. And nothing in this world is perfect. So like you're already setting yourself up for some hurdle to jump over, you know?
Definitely being an artist is difficult, putting yourself out there from the start. It's funny you mentioned that because you look at my career as an artist now. It's weird that I can say I have a career in it, but you know, I've been doing the things I've been doing for the past 4 years, and you know, I've been able to make a living off of it and just still have fun with it. Me personally, as like I started off first and foremost as a DJ. I got my name Desert-Wxlf just jokingly. Me and my friends Jessica and Carter.
That's a pretty dope name, though, so I'll say that.
We had this app on our phones where it was like a walkie-talkie thing. We always talked like truck drivers, so that was like a little goofy little nickname.
Your call sign or tag or something like that.
It'd be like, "This is Desert-Wxlf, blah blah blah."
So you did it with the accent too.
This
is the rule.
So we would always like message each other, and it was, you know, good times back then. But I stuck with that name, and then how I picked up DJing. One night I was at a party in McKinney, and dude had like a tractor setup. I think it was my friend Darius. He had like a tractor on his computer.
What is that?
It's a DJ software.
Okay.
So they had music playing all night, and you know, the whole night I just sat at the table and just sit there and looked at it. I was like, that shit's so cool.
You were like watching it? Watching him do it?
I was just watching him doing it, and I was like, man, this shit's cool. So I went home, downloaded Tractor, and Tractor was like way too fucking hard. So
for real,
I downloaded Virtual DJ, and I started just.
I've heard of that one, yeah.
I started just practicing how to mix and just really kind of self-taught my own. And then I put out a mix called Wavy Vibes, and I put it on SoundCloud. And this is around the time SoundCloud had just started. I think probably like back in 2013, 2012.
Oh, wow.
So I put that out, And I remember like I showed my group of friends at the time. They weren't into any of the things that I was in at the time. So I remember showing them this.
Like, what did it consist of?
I showed them my first mix, and it had like at the time it was crazy because I would just grab music I like. I wasn't realizing who I was listening to. Like that's how I discovered Kendrick Lamar, Childish Gambino, K Tronada. The list goes on. Tori Imo. Who else? Bunch of artists, but
that sounds like a GTA track list right there.
It's dope, man. And I showed it to my friends, and they're just like, they laughed. They're like, "Oh, what is this?" You know, and like, I remember like how discouraged I felt, but I kept going on. Yeah. But I moved to Dallas in 20.
Where were you at that time?
I was living here in Frisco, my hometown. Okay. And I moved to Dallas just to get away. You know, I went through a bad breakup, so moved to Dallas to kind of start fresh. And that's when I took my DJing stuff seriously. So that was about a year later after I put Wavy Vibes out. Yeah. And I moved to Dallas. I got an apartment down there, and then I invested into my first DJ controller. And from there...
What is it? Is that hardware? Or is it
that's the hardware. So that's the... I don't know if you've ever seen it, but you know you go at shows and they got the two turntables with the mixer in the middle. Yeah. So that's a controller. So I bought my first one, and I invested $250 into it. And I remember I was at Guitar Center. I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to want it. I don't know if I need it, but I bought it anyway. Yeah. So I had it. And I was like, shit.
Now you can learn. Now I
can physically learn. Yeah. And so I started walking downtown, and I find this new club. It's called Soiree. Mm-hmm. And brand new club had just opened, got remodeled. And I was like, y'all need a DJ? And like, yeah, man, we need a DJ. So that's where I meet my boy Tom, man. He was a bartender there. So he's like, yeah, come on down. So I would come down the next day after work, and I brought my equipment, and I was sitting there. I did not know how to set any of it up. I'm sitting here just like, whoa, like I'm here. And this is a club, you know. It was a club/bar. They had like a little patio bar, and I had the big club room. And so I remember the owner, Steve, he came over, he hooks it up and shit, and it took him about an hour. And finally I got the music going. Yeah. I suck. Steve came over to me later that night. He's like, Quincy, if you're going to keep doing this, you got to play top 40. You can't play none of the trap, hood, all that crap. Yeah. You can't play that, blah, blah, blah.
That was because that was the type of club it was, or?
It was just, I remember like where it was off Pearl and Elm. Mm-hmm. So it was like around like a couple office buildings. So the people that came like after 5 and shit, they were like lawyers and stuff. So they didn't want to obviously listen to that. Okay, yeah. But I went home. I started looking on Billboard. I was like, all right, I got my top 40. I started looking on Apple Music. I was like, what's the top 40 on here? And I was getting like top 40 pop, rock, rap, whatever it was. It had to be shit that was on the radio. Yeah. From there, I started getting better. I was coming every day. And this is where a lot of people will argue with about doing shit for free. You know, I feel like if it's something you're passionate about, if you get an opportunity to do, you know, something that you're passionate about, that you love, and you know maybe someday it can open up another opportunity, do it. Because when I started DJing at that club, I DJed for free. It was about a month and a half I DJed for free. But the catch was I had an open bar tab. So that was kind of cool. The owner took care of it. He was like, I'm not going to pay you yet, but here, you can do this. So I get my first big gig with SMU. SMU would rent out the club, and they throw like the little private events. Yeah. So I did my first big event. Had like maybe 400 or 500 people in that bitch. Oh. The biggest adrenaline rush, man. Yeah. You know, here I am. I'm like, man, you know, I got a couple nights under my belt now. I think I got this. The show was a big hit.
Hell yeah.
And so then SMU has changed their contact, and they started hitting me up for their parties.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So what I tell people, you know, back to your question when you're talking about, you know, how the artists develop and stuff, you know, you just got to really get out there and just go for it. You know, DJing was a big part of my career that took me to where I'm at now. Mm-hmm. And of course, at that time during the SMU stuff, that's when me and Alex Mayo, my other partner with FreeLabel, that's when we had linked up. Me and Alex, we grew up together actually in Mansfield, in the Arlington area. back like in like 2004, 2005. Me and him met. We used to live.
Shit. Yeah.
We used to live in the same neighborhood, and we used to skateboard together. And this is the funny thing. I used to live in the same neighborhood and play basketball with DJ Bubba. I don't know if you know.
For real?
Yeah. So me, like, it's a lot. It's funny, like, cause some people
crazy.
just go way back like that.
For real.
But me and Alex, he put me on the FreeLabel, and that's when I came on. And at the time, the website was really underdeveloped.
Yeah.
And Alex was at the time, he's like, okay, I heard your wavy vibes. Like, your mixes are really good.
Yeah.
And my mixes, at the time, I still to this day, when I make them, I like to mix a whole bunch of different genres. I like to make it sound endless. So it always attracted, like, anybody. I always had, like, a good response when people listen to it. So he was like, Quincy, you're going to take all the artists that are uploading right now to FreeLabel, and you're going to put them on wavy vibes. And at the time, I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, one, the music's not that good. I was like, the music's not that good.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not what I want to do. So I'm sitting here, and I'm like, what do I do with FreeLabel now? Alex is like, you gotta make content. So I'd make these mixes, and I started to kind of develop what I wanted Wavy Vibes to be. So it turned from a mix, and I was like, okay, let's make it a radio show. So at the time, we had our little 24-hour stream radio that we had, and I would just make a flyer with the artist. I'd promote like Jules, Ludine. I remember Trill Sammy and Dice Ho back in their day.
Yeah.
And we would play like an hour or 30 minutes worth of their music. Once that happened, that kind of took off with the momentum of that. And then we just kind of became more established as a website, and that's when I tried to take on shows. So now it's like 2016.
Take on shows? What do you mean?
I tried to put on events.
Okay.
I thought I was ready.
Yeah.
At the time, like I said, when I came on FreeLabel in 2015, 4 years ago, the responsibility I had, I didn't realize like what to do with it. Until now. Like I said, I developed more as an artist. But I remember putting on my first show. It was called Free Money, and it was like a life lesson that was learned when putting on shows.
Take no L's. We take lessons.
Yeah. How I got into shows, like I've always been like a little scene kid. When I growing up in Plano, I always went to the Plano Center, and a famous promoter in Dallas, Mike Zemer, he always put those shows on, and they were, a bunch of like metal shows, pop, rock, you name it. So I started there, and I would always kind of like take what he did when I started putting on shows. It was just like the organization he had.
Yeah.
Always making sure set times were smooth. There was a flyer for every artist. And just trying to take what I learned from like metal shows and the etiquette, like not getting on stage or a whole bunch of people getting on stage. Taking that and trying to apply that to my shows.
A lot of times, some performances turn into parties
and
instead
it's like,
of a performance.
It is nothing bad, but I'm just like, man, if I'm a rapper, I don't want all my partners.
I kind of want to showcase like me, myself, and I when I'm on stage.
Yeah. So it's 2016, and I put on this show called Free Money. Originally, the show was supposed to have Lil Yachty on it, and this is around the time like Yachty, he had just did the Yeezy season runway show, and I think One Night was finally blowing up a little bit.
Yeah.
I worked with this other rapper named Lamati, and his girl Shirley. And we put on this show. Something happened with Digital Nas, I think it was. Lamati knew Digital Nas, and I think he went to jail. So Yachty didn't want to do the show no more. So I'm sitting here like, man, the show's we're not going to do the show. I don't know what to do. It's canceled last minute. I don't think anyone's going to come.
So if the artist doesn't want to do the show, they don't have to do the show?
Well, this is the thing. Lamati set up the Yachty thing. Luckily, like I said, when you DJ for free and you put in work for people, people take care of you. So one of the things reason why I started putting on shows was the club owner that I was working for, Steve. He would let me put on either a weekly event or a weekend event, as long as I gave enough heads up in advance. But I never had to put any money up for the venue because it was all love. You know, only thing I had to do was, you know, split the door with him, which, you know, for me, that was, you know, any type of money. You're still profiting. Yeah. At the time, you know, a lot of people couldn't grasp that yet, which, you know, it's a process for everything.
Yeah.
But we got
I actually did that with my photography. Like, I just started taking shoots for everyone for free until I had enough catalog to
build your portfolio.
That's what I can do, you know.
Yeah, and that's how you get familiar with your work, and that's how you get. It's free promotion on both ends.
For real.
But
vital.
We had Lamati set up to get Uno the Activist and Thousand Band Funny to perform, and at the time I didn't know who they were.
Uno the Activist supposed to be like the first SoundCloud rapper.
I don't want to quote me on it, but I know he's like definitely like one of the founders of that type of sound that came from Atlanta. Him and Fonny.
I'm just restating what I've heard.
But we ended up booking them, and they like I said, I was iffy about the show. I wanted to kind of pull out, but they ended up showing up. The funny thing about it was this is also the night TK47 performed. He was part of the Daytona Boys, and I remember like TK at the time, he's probably like 16 years old, and Steve's sitting there looking at me. He's like, Quincy, why the fuck do you got kids coming in? And I was like, you know, it was at least we were trying to make sure 18 and up. And I remember TK, and I think Ezra was just sitting there looking at me. I was like, yeah, come on, I got so much trouble that night, but they performed. And
was his song out at that time?
The Race wasn't out. I remember him playing like Mega Man. He played Sly Cooper. He played some other classics that he had, man. But he stole the damn show, and I remember he had everyone lit. Wow. Ludine was there. Another person. I went to high school with Ludine.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Damn.
I went to high school with Ludine. He was there, and I remember he was on like the DJ booth, like on the granite countertop, just stomping and broke it.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. The outfit was there. I remember Yak
Outfit
the Man.
Texas? Yeah, okay, Yak the Man, yeah.
It was like a random secret party, but it got too wild.
Wow.
And I remember it like ended with everyone getting pepper sprayed. I couldn't figure out what the reason.
Who?
I personally wasn't in there, but I would tell you from experience, when someone pepper sprays a room, you know. Like, I was on the outside smoking a cigarette, and I was like, damn, my eyes are burning.
Oh,
and I see everyone start running out. I'm like, whoa, what the hell?
That? Like,
yeah,
bro.
I know that had to suck.
Like, in your eyes, in your nose, in your mouth, like,
because I felt it from the outside of the club. I was outside, like I said, smoking a cigarette, and I was like, damn, my eyes.
You think like the owners of the place or something?
I know it was Tom. Something happened, but long story short, man, you know, that's when I tried to put on events, learn my lesson, but I will hopefully maybe this year I'll try again to put on a good event for y'all. But that's just a journey, you know. It's taking risks, learning from your mistakes, being able to, you know, work with people, being able to know when to work for free, when to, you know, maybe have a resource, you know, working for free for a club, you know, benefited me for having a free giant venue I could do shows at, even though it never had a stage. But I was able to do stuff like that. Like I said, artists, you know, just keep trying. Don't give up. Your friends, a lot of things. I know that's what I see a lot common now is a lot of people went through what I went through. Your friends, you know, you close friends before you got into what you're doing now. They may not be interested in what you're doing, and they may not support you. They may not even send you a like or just even like say, hey, my friend does this, blah, blah, blah. And that's okay, because you know what? You can go meet other people like yourself that have the same ambitions, the same goals they want to create. Like I said, it's how I met JohnnyB, you know, just through FreeLabel and just networking, man. And it's like, I think a lot of, hopefully, which I know I see a lot in Dallas now, you know, is a lot of people, you know, working together and just kind of building a bond now more. And now it's just really taking it to that next level. So I'm really excited to be, to be a part of FreeLabel and to just be here in Dallas. I think that it makes me getting content so much fun. It makes my team happy just because there's a whole lot of stuff to do here.
There's so much. Like, there's so much ground to cover for everyone that it's like, it's so vast and so big that it's not fun when it's just like by yourself.
No.
Like, it's so fun to have a team that everyone could be excited for everyone because everyone's moving together. And it's like, you're doing well, and that can help us do well, which will help you do well, which will help them do well. It's just like back kind of when I got introduced to the scene, it was like 2011. Me and Mecca were starting to shoot like little street interviews of artists that are at the Arnett and
you
stuff.
and Mecca go way back, man.
Yeah, we go back before like the music stuff, but like we were starting to do media stuff for Dallas, so I got to see like behind the scenes kind of artist relations and stuff like that and the happenings, and that really got me interested to want to be an artist. And like I've always had the want to do something like that, but like there was a lot of pullback or pushback because at that time, like if you did more than what you were supposed to do, it was like considered like different. Yeah. As far as being like a Renaissance type person, and I could rap back then, but I just didn't have the confidence based off of peers and just like the scene to really give in to my desire to do that. And it didn't get until like I was at a certain age where I was just like, man, fuck it. Fuck what you say, fuck what you think, fuck what they think. I want to do this because it's fun to me and it's fulfilling. Because I had gone through a point in my life where I was working at a job that was like killing my artistic soul. Like it was just like just doing nothing. It was just like you go to work sucks, you hope to come home, tired as fuck afterwards, and the time off is just to recuperate. And I was like, and Mecca was like doing all these shows and I couldn't get out. I couldn't get time off because it was like a 3-week ahead of
where you can request.
Yeah, and like our kind of scene doesn't really move like that. It's kind of like a little quicker.
Oh yeah.
And so I was never able to go to any of these things. And once I finally got rid of that part of my life, I quit. And I just like, it was like a breath of fresh air, like weight off my shoulders. I was not making the money I was making, but I was free. Like I was happy. And I didn't want anyone or anything to like take that away from me and shit. So like now I have a job that's like barely paying bills, but I don't have to take it home. I don't have to worry about it. I'm not tired from it. And I can still work around my art while having that, you know, to sustain myself. And it's just like, I'm able to do this and like talk to you and like meet people like you and all these dope ass artists like around the city and hopefully like internationally and around the globe and stuff. Yeah. But it's just so dope to be able to create. And like I've gone like since that age, I've gone with this motto. It's just like, just do it. Like with Nike, just do it. Like once you do it, you go and you get the experience. If you fail or not, like you still have that under your belt. Like, yeah, I did a show. It may not have gone anywhere, but like I did it and I tried. I know what to do next time if I try to do it again.
I think artists, it's one thing that you were mentioning just now is creating your own lifestyle. You know, the further you go with this, you know, maybe you do get that big show and then you do get that one song that gets a lot of likes and retweets. You create, I think that's how you know if you really are down to do this for like your life. As he was stating about jobs and stuff, like as an entrepreneur, like I can kind of call myself an entrepreneur now just because I've made money in different markets and established other brands and businesses. And that's one thing he said is like 9 to 5s, man. Like I done already went through 4 of them this year, bro, because it's just like, as he says, like you wake up, you're like, man, like my creativity's limited. Yeah. I'm not doing what makes me happy. And like I said, I'm not saying, you know, quit your job and, you know, do all this, but eventually you'll get to that level of your craft where a 9 to 5 is just, you'll realize it's not working for you because your craft is what's really working for you.
Because I feel like once you creatively set goals, that 9 to 5 is the biggest hurdle.
Yeah, because eventually you'll become freelance, and you know, like I said, if you're a graphic designer, Video editor, shit. Alex, right now, he's been like, dude, Quincy, put the stuff you do on your resume because there's big companies out there that want those cool ass little video edits or a cool flyer, and it doesn't have to be as complex. And them motherfuckers, dude, they pay a lot of money.
Yeah,
you
for
can
stuff that you're doing, like
brand and marketing.
time.
Like you can do brand and marketing for a bigger company, and that's our purpose. One thing with our purpose of FreeLabel is, we want to inform people on a lot of different information. I myself have a lot of different friends that do a lot of different things. So
what actually is FreeLabel? You've mentioned it a few times. But
yeah,
it's a website, right? So like,
it's a website.
What does it provide? I guess
it is right now. It's providing a platform for the average creator. When we first started, it just was kind of more just another place to upload your music. Once we figured out, okay, we can upload music, let's try videos. So now we can upload videos. And then we went from that to...
Is it like you upload the video on the website?
No. Our uploader is very unique, which kind of makes FreeLabel, like I said, like a very unique creative platform. It's just because when you upload, if you want to try us out and you don't want to download all your music and transfer it over, you can literally use your SoundCloud link to upload directly to FreeLabel. With videos, cool thing about us is you're not directly uploading your video to FreeLabel. You're actually using a YouTube URL. So let's say you have a YouTube channel, it's doing big over there, but you want a website to really showcase it on and campaign for it. That's where we kind of step in.
Okay.
And you can just use your YouTube link and upload a video that way, and it'll embed it on our site. Right
it's
now,
like more media exposure through different avenues.
More media exposure. Right now, we're about to go into beta testing. We're just finishing up our artist profiles. FreeLabel, man, as I've been saying, I want it to have the same impact that kind of MySpace did. I want this new generation to kind of, I guess, learn some things where most of their influences come from, which is early 2000s, skateboarding, grunge, emo, all that stuff. We want
that retro shit is really making a comeback.
Yeah, we want to kind of like, we want to bring back to where artists are, putting quality time into their craft. And they're not just putting out songs. I know that's really getting oversaturated where everyone is just becoming a rapper the next day. And the thing, I hear it. I hear a lot of different music. And that's the thing. I like a lot of different music, but I don't like hearing the repetitive, I fucked you bitch, blah, 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 blah. Like that shit.
Yeah, like it's just a repackaged.
It has no
content.
more meaning. It has no more substance to it.
I heard someone say like a lot of rappers nowadays don't know how to stay on topic. And then if you think about it, it's like a line, this line has nothing to do with this line, it has nothing to do with that line. It's just like shit that rhymes. And I guess it's about themselves, but in the context of the song, like it has no depth, no meaning to it. I guess like more of a storytelling aspect is missing.
A lot of it is. But see, that's why for like artists like Young Nudie or even Kodak, like them type of artists, they're telling a story. You can relate to it in some way. I'm not saying all rappers glorify that stuff, that type of lifestyle, that the trap lifestyle or the street culture, but for the people that really lived it and they used what they lived to tell their story in a different way. I think people can differentiate, but. Like I said, we want people to, like I said, learn how to brand themselves properly, get on playlist placements, and also, like I said, our job, really, we want to cut out the middleman, which is the record label. Well, eventually you'll be able to...
it's getting there.
Yeah, you'll be able to book studio time directly through FreeLabel with our partner studios all around America. You'll be able to, like I said, upload events. So we really, now that the market's kind of changed for us and, just kind of the endless possibilities we have, I'd rather now, hope someone would sign up with us that has a blog already that's covering artists, they're covering videos, They're doing write-ups, all that stuff. I was like, okay, instead of using a WordPress or a Wix or even a Squarespace, use a FreeLabel account because our profile, our services was made to do all of that.
Right.
So that's where our strong standpoint is right now. And like I said, hopefully in the fall we can get the app going and we can get you guys uploading. We have a ton of different placements that are coming, exclusive shows. Hopefully we can get Johnny B's podcast on there. We got Wavy Vibes Radio, which is my radio show where I actually do DJ mixes with just some of the people I've been messing with locally and just around, like, online that I've met. And, we're trying to do talk radio as well. At our events where you see us at, we will have, like a production crew there, camera
Start
guy.
wearing shirts, FreeLabel shirts.
Hopefully, man, that's in the process, we
gotta stand out. That FL on the red background, man, that's like, it pops. Like, I was working on the flyers for Fugu Palooza, and like that's the one like catches your eye.
It's red. Red is a good,
color right
good eye catcher. But yeah, even at our events, we want to have like the people that are videographers. Eventually we want to give people jobs.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We want to give people jobs. That want to make those recap videos. Make them for us. Premiere them with us. We want people that that are wanting to drop a project. How can I get a studio to record it, and how can I get a radio interview? All that stuff is becoming all in one place with us. As I tell people, we're kind of like the Walmart. You can get everything there. So
the Target.
Yeah, the Target. So it's teaching people that, but it's also kind of breaking it down. To making it 1-2 short sentences about FreeLabel.
So you're more than just a DJ. Like DJ Desert-Wxlf is just one aspect of you.
Yeah, right? And I kind of dropped the DJ name once I started. Do
you still actively DJ though?
Every now and then. I mean, besides me like doing mixes and stuff, I have a new one coming out. Actively DJing at shows. Every now and then you'll catch me at one. I didn't DJ any shows last year because I took the time out to be more behind the scenes and kind of step away from the spotlight and see what my role is, my director role behind FreeLabel is, and kind of get that more established.
I think that's a really important aspect of finding yourself as an artist, is like finding your space based off of observing the whole scenario. I think like for me, being photographing events and like artists and videos and stuff all the time, I got to see what to see, I guess you can say. Like I went to my homeboy Torrance, he had a show I think on his birthday a couple years ago, and I went to it without my camera, just as like just supporting him and as just an audience member. First time I've ever done that. And like it was kind of weird for me because I had the perspective of the event capturer, so I had all the best perspectives, but I also had the viewpoint on like who to pay attention to. So I was looking at the crowd and I was observing the crowd, not through a little lens, but like as what they're doing and how they're reacting. And I was watching the artist, and the particular artist was, to me, making it look easy. Not because he was so flawless, but because he was making it look easy. I guess like without throwing too much shade, like it was just like he made it look like I could do it or like anyone could do it type shit.
Yeah.
But I was like watching both sides and I was like, damn, this is around the time where I was like, fuck it, fuck what you think or whatever. I was like, damn, like I could do this. I could be on the stage performing and it doesn't look like anything. The only thing when you're, from what I experienced, like performing on stage, is the hardest thing is like engaging with the crowd. You can perform your song like all day because that's what you do. That's the easy part. The hard part is like introducing, keep them engaged, the interludes in between, and then going off stage. Like I forget all the time to plug myself. Like I'm just like, all right, cool, thank you.
But you know what it is, and like that at our events, our future events, you'll probably notice a big difference. You will not see 1,000 openers. One of my biggest pet peeves is when I go to some of these local events, and sometimes like my homies can't be playing or they're headlining, but they're not playing till like midnight or 12:30, and I'm just like, Jesus, man, like, we done went through like 20 different people. Nothing sticks.
Yeah.
I think it's fair enough. Hopefully, promoters in the future will start actually giving like artists. Like that's what I'm saying. I want to only book artists that are ready to have a full set. Like they can have a full 20-minute, 30-minute set. I think the 5-minute, 10-minute thing, it just doesn't work because not only are you rushing to switch out something else, it's hard on the DJ, which I don't. That's why I don't DJ rap shows like that, because I personally don't like having to be responsible for switching out shit and stressing over if my computer's gonna freeze or something.
I've seen that happen a couple times, and it's just like it kind of kills the vibe.
It kills the vibe, and I want artists, to be able to have time to plug themselves in. Again, like when I said, when I grew up in the metal scene in high school, I was also in a hardcore band, and like I said, just back to taking things from what Mike Zemer did, even for the local bands, bro. Like we all got 20-minute, 30-minute sets.
Yeah.
And that gave us enough time to put our spill out there, say, yo, we got merch in the back over there. If you want to come talk to me, I'm over here.
Yeah.
I think that's what needs to get back into shows, is actually artists are able to showcase, they're able to actually play music. And, it's not just booking a bunch of artists. I know people pay for the booking and they get on those shows, but I think it's just killing the quality of a show these days. I mean, especially with nice venues. Nice venues like Green Elephant. I think a show should be ran properly. Like if you're gonna have a DJ there, have the DJ be able to like actually put a set in. Instead of playing like 2 songs and then the next rapper. Have them play a fucking set. Have an opener open up, and then you get your headliners. And your headliners.
At that point, like the DJ's just a utility. He's not really getting to DJ.
He's not doing anything, and that's like when I did some shows. When I first started out, just doing those rap shows like that. And I personally didn't like it because I'd show up ready to DJ a set. I'm the type of person like if I DJ a show this day, I like to play whatever I want and to just do a set like showcasing me as a DJ, my taste. So I feel like these shows they don't give enough chance for the DJs to do that because they're just there to just play the song and swap it out.
Yeah. What do you think the motive is behind having all those people?
It's the game. I mean, just for me learning, doing shows and shit. I know people they pay. I mean, people charge. They charge to be on those. Also, it's a benefit in a way because the more openers, the more easy it is to pack out the venue because pulling more people. But for me, it ruins the show quality. Like I just did an event with Spill the Tea and Casanova this past Saturday, and Teacup, she's from Atlanta. One of the first people shows I've been to in a while, and the first person I've seen to just actually sit down with the people that perform and talk to them. Like the show had ended at like 1 a.m, and she was just in the back still doing interviews with the artists, talking to them. When I got there, she came up and greeted us. She was greeting people at the door. She, just a very genuine person. And I think, like I said, shows need to go back to that. Like she did a cypher where they had freestyles. Just people, like I said, you got to get the talented people. And it is nothing wrong with trying to, like, if you like something, you want to try it. Talent, you have to learn it, I mean, some people are born with it, but it's definitely not given to you. You gotta earn it.
And see, like, with the shows that I'm involved with, I would love to do interviews and stuff, but for me, it's just the quality wise, like, audio, video, and the speed of it. Just going through, and it's like there's not enough resources to facilitate something that quick, because there's a lot of moving parts. The less moving parts, the smoother I feel like it could go. So I do see your perspective on that, and I
feel like shows could be a little bit better. I mean, that's one thing FreeLabel will bring to the table. Our events will be completely different because either in order for you to get in, you'll either have to sign up or show your FreeLabel account.
Yeah.
Like I said, with your FreeLabel account, you'll be able to be booked on these events.
And like as an artist, that's intriguing to be able to have a long enough set. Cause I always tell myself, I'm like, damn, I wish I could do like 3 or 4 songs just so I can like get a whole little, I guess, storyline, like beginning, middle, end type shit, instead of just like, oh, which ones can I pick to hopefully capture someone?
It's a process, man, because you want to book the correct artist. I know a ton of artists want to get on and they'll pay the right payment to get on, but I want, like my shows, I want them to have, quality performances. Different sets where you're just like, man, that shit was cool. Now, every now and then I'll run into that cool rapper that will just already have a pre-recorded set. Like, pretty much, they'll just be like 30 minutes with all the songs on there with spaces in between. And he's just like, just press play. And that artist knows what to do. He knows when his songs are on. Yeah. He knows where he has that 1 minute instrumental gap to say his spiel, say, hey, follow me here, and it goes to the next song.
So that's one that actually like has a rehearsal to it.
It's pretty much stage presence. I mean, stage presence is really what, for me, when I go to these shows that got these stacked lineups, that's one thing that will just kind of turn me off. Another thing is rappers, coming from a hardcore vocalist, stop yelling into the microphone when you're rapping. Like, you don't have to. That's why they do sound check. And if you want to speak up louder, you do this. Turn your mic up. Yeah. But stop yelling. I think it's the little things that I notice at some of these shows when I go to that make me want to leave early.
Sometimes, like, also when they're not holding the mic right.
They're not holding the mic like right. They're like, jumping up and down.
Or not even performing to the crowd. Like, they have their back to the crowd. They're performing to who's on the stage with them.
It's just, it's a lot. And, if I had some advice, I would say go, even YouTube, like start looking at your favorite rappers and you just notice their stage presence.
Yeah. Like how Drake and Kendrick and stuff be on this big stage in the middle of a sea of people and it's just them. And it's like, whoa, that's stage presence right there. To be able to command all those people with just one person in this big thing. That's like,
it's insane.
It's so hard for me to comprehend that because it's like you got to be at a certain level to be able to even be in that situation. Oh yeah. And then to be able to control that situation and control yourself and your emotions, like, shit, that's tough.
But it's artists. Like I said, I think y'all just keep doing what you're doing, perfect your craft, work with people. Invest in yourself. You're gonna have to invest in some way into whatever you're doing. Don't try to invest too much into your image. Invest into the other stuff. Pay a nice graphic designer. Pay your producer. I mean, and that's the other thing. Drop projects. If you're gonna drop a hot song, instead of dropping a hot song, drop a hot four banger EP with 4 bangers on it. I'm telling you, bro, people are gonna replay that motherfucker a lot. Put a nice promotion behind it.
Yeah, a video maybe.
A video to some of this shit. Just like I said, there's just a whole lot of branding you have to do. And like I said, in today's time, we're in an oversaturated market. So, other thing I can tell y'all is how y'all carry yourselves. Carry yourself. If y'all are online and you're really trying to be legit, make sure you carry yourself online. Don't be posting dumbass shit. Don't be posting weed. Don't be posting guns and shit, man. Because people that
self-incriminating.
Self-incriminating. If I'm managing you and I take this, to my rich executive friends at a record label and showing that shit, they ain't gonna really take you serious.
Yeah.
So it just all depends.
So I have one question about being a DJ. What is a DJ? Is not a producer, right? Like a producer is.
Well, you got your. I think now you got your different forms of DJing. Like you got your DJ producer type. I got my friend like that. Junk Food. Hell producer, man. He produces a lot of different types of beats, Jersey clubs, shit like that.
Yeah.
And he also DJs. I want to learn how to produce. I'm slowly learning, but I don't have the patience for it. So
just get one of those beat
pads is what I need.
Like
but
A-Rab music.
I think for him, like him being able to just, you know, produce something, make a beat or whatever it is, make a whole song and then just DJ it live, that's a great feeling. So that's something I definitely want to do. But for me, as
like a live mix.
I mean, not like a live, like if I produce a song or something, I'd just be able to play it live, you know, and DJ it live. And then, you know, you still got your regular DJs out here that are, you know, still in the streets, still more involved in the hip hop underground community, like JohnnyB. I just saw DJ King Cobra. He killed it last week. And then me, you know, like I kind of did different roles as a DJ. DJ has a ton of different roles. I mean, whether you're, you know, playing at the show or, you know, you playing that new music that so-and-so's got out. I want us to get back to that. You know, at our shows, you probably, like, that's one thing. You probably won't catch me DJing. A lot of shit you hear on the radio is mainly shit that artists have sent me or music that's on FreeLabel that I'm just like, bro, this is just as hard as what's on the radio.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, roles, you know, like, you know, if you meet an artist that you fuck with as a DJ, you know, play their music, put them in mixes, put them on mixtapes. Yeah. I think DJs, like, we really need to bring back that mixtape life. You know, I do mixes that kind of have the same mixtape influence with like artwork and who I pick, but I think we need to bring back that. I mean, now you see it with the Spotify playlist curators. You got people curating their own playlist, and DJs. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of roles that come into, you know, when you label yourself as a DJ. But for me, myself, I like what I do. I like being able to, if I want to make a DJ mix, I can make a DJ mix. I'm still able to showcase different artists. I think it's cool to have a radio show. Do
you ever think about making music like you used to?
I don't.
As an artist?
Well, that's the thing. I never rapped or anything.
You were in a metal band though, right?
Metal band, yes. Yeah. So, you're talking about being a hardcore band.
I mean, like anything, just like whatever you
I was a vocalist. Yeah. I was a vocalist in a hardcore band.
So what did you have to do?
So for me, I was heavily in the hardcore metal scene through my high school days. So I was back like 2007. Like I said, I had a few friends that played in bands. One of my friends, they formed this group called Pride War, and it was like a straight edge hardcore band. And the lead singer Josh had left, and they were like, "Oh, Quincy, you know, you could try." So I developed.
You were lead singer?
Yeah, I could do vocals. So I did vocals, and that's honestly, like, being in a band also made me appreciate just music in general, just like how, like, people play instruments, you know, bands that do live sets, like, you know, it's exciting, it's fun, but, you know, it's also hard. But I don't know if I'd ever do it again. Every now and then, me and my friends will get together and we'll, you know, like, jam out if someone's got a guitar or drums, you know, we'll do some vocals and some riffs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing. And today what I see is there's a lot of hardcore influence in rap today, you know, with like the mosh pits.
That's something crazy that I did not think I would ever see mosh pitting at a rap show.
But now it's common. Circle pits and shit. And to me, that's really kind of cool seeing that. But that's just the kind of way I think then this music is kind of going, where there's no genre. I mean, you have people gave Post Malone a hard time, and he was like, I don't want to be a rapper. And I'm just like, the dude can sing, he can do this. And, I mean, it's literally everyone dipping and dabbling into with their interests. Yeah, you just make music now. So, is he done?
No, it's just like 30-minute increments. But like, I like Post Malone, like you were talking about. He makes music pretty much. Like, he's just an artist.
Yeah. And
like for me, primarily like focusing on rap. I've noticed, like, when I first started, like, with Mayo and stuff, like, just putting my verses that I've written over, like, famous beats. Like I would just write a verse and then we find a beat that it matched to, and then we put a verse and they'd put their verses on and stuff like that. But for the longest time, I felt like I was just making songs. I wasn't making music. You know, I don't know if I can differentiate. Like I'm just making songs. I'm just putting content on a track. I've never really made music like that has a tone, I guess, and a deeper meaning or something like that. Something that really touches me. Like I try to keep my music, like I get in depth with my content, but I never get too personal with it. And I don't know, I just have like a disconnect because to me it's fun, and I have a passion for doing it, and I love doing it, but I don't know, like I keep it very surface level with my content.
Oh, you should definitely. I mean, it's some things, you definitely should make more personal. I've learned that this year. Always being like the mysterious character on scene, working with FreeLabel, and people like, who's Desert-Wxlf? I didn't really start showing my face till last year. You know, I was told, you know, like, Quincy, you gotta engage more, you know, blah blah blah. And so that's what I did. You know, I started kind of making things a little bit more personal. I started, you know, being more personal on Twitter. And you know that kind of got some of my fans and supporters like to just randomly DM me about just random stuff, not even having to do with music. You know, like how are you doing today? You know, some person one day was stressed about a job. So that's another thing I'm starting to see. You know, definitely don't take your fans, followers, supporters, you know, whatever. Don't take them for granted. You know, but if you make something that connects with somebody else. There's no reason why there should be more people out there like you. I think it's just doing it the right way.
So what in your opinion is a good following? Is it like a set number of people? No. Is it a type of engagement? Is it a type of promotion? Like what would you say would be?
I just think following, that's one thing. FreeLabel has taught me that it does not matter if you have followers, likes, 1,000 retweets, 1,000 plays. Like if you come across some talented shit or talented people, you'll know.
Like that little yodeling kid from Walmart.
Yeah, Mason.
He just like blew up out of nothing, you know, and he didn't have all these likes or whatever. Like he just.
I take Guitar Emoji, for example. I found out about Guitar Emoji.
Is that a band or something?
No, it's a singer. He's a singer. Very talented guy. He lives here in Dallas. Runs with Tay Money. I don't know if you ever seen him do curly hair, glasses.
Maybe.
Trucker hat sometimes.
Maybe.
But he's talented. He can sing, somewhat rap, but I discovered him through Benny Bandit. Bitch Benny, I just met him just doing a random write-up through FreeLabel and found Guitar Emoji. And then Guitar Emoji, from 2017 to 2019, like just blew up. It's blowing up right now. He's steadily going up.
Yeah.
You know, he just released a full album, a full EP. I think he got like a publishing deal with Ultra. And, you know, he's doing good. And when he first started, I mean, he didn't have, like, the biggest, craziest following. And, like, I was like, dude, like, he had a song called Ripple. And I was like, dude, this song is so amazing.
For real?
And, you know, he just kind of took off with it. But he wrote, what did he write? Is it Trappers Delight? I think he wrote Trappers Delight for Tay Money.
Did he really?
One of Tay Money's hits.
Wow.
But, you know, shout out to him. And same thing with Tay Money. Tay Money, she kind of like, you know, in these past 2 years, just took the momentum she had and just ran with it, you know. And like I said, you'll know when you come across those people that are actually taking their craft serious because they invest in themselves. It doesn't necessarily have to be money, but they invest in getting better. They invest in their brand. How they move, you know, like I said, it's a whole package with coming as an artist or whatever you're trying to do when you get into this field.
Yeah. And
to be taken by the people that, you know, that call the shots, you know, you, like I said, you got to come correct.
So these people from Dallas all have, like, different sounds, right?
Everybody, a lot of people have a lot of different sounds.
So within this scene, would you say like there is a specific sound, like the West Coast has a sound, East Coast has a sound?
That's tough.
Atlanta has its sound, Houston has its sound.
Dallas
has it's
Dallas
like so
has
eclectic,
this,
right?
It's very eclectic. Dallas, obviously, we kind of have that sound. I think when you hear, it's weird because we have different sounds. It's like you could hear the Splur, the Beats by Jeff type beats. Definitely now. That's definitely like a Dallas thing.
But that isn't it all like the artists too that you would put on the lineup for Dallas sound?
Yeah, there's a lot of them here. I mean, then you got like Post, but like I'm saying, like Post Malone, he wouldn't sound like a Dallas artist. Now, like for the first time when I heard Yellow Beezy, I was like, without even looking, I was like, that's a Dallas nigga. You can tell because they kind of had that singing melody to their shit.
Yeah.
Kind of like DSR kind of did back in the day.
But see, that's like I can see.
You can tell in their influences, but then you got like 10K, and that's like a Young Nation type of influence.
That's what I'm saying. Like we have so many different styles that that's Dallas. Yeah, that's Dallas. That's Dallas.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. Dallas is so fucking creative. I don't understand like how like acts like ADD and back in the day with Brain Gang and Topic and stuff, like all these people back in the day that were just like, that shit is so dope. I go back and I still listen to it sometimes, and it's just like, where did that go? And it's kind of making a resurgence now, but like, was that the sound? That's to me was like Dallas sound, like, and they got the normal like.
I think our culture is more mainstream than the actual sound because our sound is so hard to really like I said, it's eclectic. Like, I mean, you can hear.
Well, how would you describe our culture?
Our culture is definitely another thing, diverse and eclectic. I mean, you look everywhere. There's some piece of Dallas culture doing something. Like, just like the other day, Mark Cuban was doing the Whoa. Seeing shit like that.
The Whoa's a Dallas thing? I did not know that.
It's a little Dallas thing, the homie Team K. He created that with him and his partners, man. So, whoa. It's cool seeing stuff like that.
I just did the whoa.
You got it's whether it be a Texas thing, even down south as far as Houston. You know what I mean? You see little bits and pieces of our culture kind of everywhere now. Especially with the artists. I mean, we are starting to see more artists get on those bigger ballots for festivals that are from here.
Yeah.
It's just it's a lifestyle kind of down here. I think when people get down here and they can experience like, a night out on the town and, going to a show and then doing this and just, ending the night at Fuel City Tacos, something like this, the little things like that
Deep
are kind of
Ellum though, like, is popping.
I see, man.
Bro, when I was in college, it was Greenville, like Lower Greenville,
I love Lower Greenville. But it's not the same no more.
Like, yeah, it just like, I don't know, it just disappeared. It was still there, but it just disappeared.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's like all gone to Deep Ellum, and Deep Ellum is like a miniature version of Austin because a lot of people from Dallas go down to Austin for these festivals and events, South by, Austin City Limits, shit like that, or Reggae Fest. And then they come back and it's just like, why are we going to Austin for this? Let's have it here. And I feel like Deep Ellum is going to grow, but it's growing so fast that I kind of don't like going down there because it's so crowded.
It's crowded now.
And like the venues are so small because I don't think it was like ready for this.
No, it wasn't ready for this. I definitely think we need that nice large venue again since they shut down the door, which is terrible.
Wasn't that one across the street from Club Dada?
Yeah, a little bit. The door was right off there is it Good Latimer? No, it's not Good Latimer. Yeah, it might be Good Latimer and Maine. I could be wrong. Yeah. Or Malcolm, might have been Malcolm X, I don't remember. But it was another good venue. I mean, there was countless nights of like school nights in high school, like going to that venue and just watching shows, and being late to school the next morning. So it's sad to see that one go.
Did you ever get to see the Arnetic?
The Arnetic?
You don't know
I only lost menu. All right, I remember the Max. The Max was my favorite.
The Max, it sounds like some Saved by the Bell shit.
No, the Max.
But so the Arnetic was back when we started in 2011. Like Jesse Porter was like the big promoter at the time, and ADD was big, and like that's when Mecca had first started rapping with like Eddie and Bryce and Jonathan Rosas, and then Gary and stuff, and Matt Clay was big. But it was like on the corner of Malcolm X and Maine, or wherever that Cafe Brazil is. On that other corner was Arnetic. Okay. It's into some restaurant now, some like uppity contemporary restaurant, but like that was a spot like everyone went to. Like I'll probably show you some interviews that we did last, like a long time ago. We did those, and like that was the shit. Like that was a spot we'd all go to, and it was like it kind of looked like Green Elephant on the inside. Ooh. Yeah, and it was, I don't know, man. It was just like that whole vibe. That was my first introduction to it, and it was just like so dope to be in that scene. And then progressively, I was the camera dude, so I kind of learned like when you're a camera guy, this tip to all the photographers and videographers starting out and go to shows and shit, you're damn near as privileged as the actual artist. Because first, the venue knows what you're doing, the artist knows what you're doing, the crowd knows what you're doing, and why you're doing it. So they know that these shots that you see on your phone or whatever are because that person with the camera is doing some stuff, doing some work. Like, you can go on stage. Yeah, you don't want to be on stage too long because you don't want to be a distraction from the actual act. But you can get those quick shots, and if like when I do recaps and stuff, I only do like 10 to 15 second clips because each shot is pretty much a cut. So you don't need to like hold there with your camera 2-3 minutes like recording the whole act, because it's not necessary. One thing that I've learned with performances and stuff, it's repetitive. You get 10 seconds of the performance, and it's not going to be much different than the last 10 minutes or whatever, Yeah. So it's just like, get your shit. That's why I'm able to do photos and videos at the same time, because like, my primary focus is get the video that I need to segment that person, to highlight that person, that whatever event, and then the rest of it just getting the dope pics. And I'm at the point where it's just like, we're going so fast with the content, I don't even edit my photos no more. So like, you're pretty much seeing what I get out the camera. Wow. And all I do is put the Fubu Palooza logo on or whatever. But it's just like learning your equipment and being versed, like putting yourself in this adverse situation. Because it used to be stressful as fuck for me to just be like, what do I do?
Yeah.
You have to learn on the spot, and like, you're gonna fuck up, but like we said earlier, there's no L's, they're all lessons. So
I learned that myself. Like, man. Even going out to these events now with like a production team, we have somebody that has a stabilizer, and it's like this thing, and I'm sitting there, sometimes I'll get there, I'll be like, I don't know if these people want to be on camera. I don't know if we're allowed to walk over here. I don't know if we can go this way. I'm just like, sometimes I have to remember, I'm like, dude, FreeLabel.net. Mm-hmm. They're here because they wanted you here.
Yeah.
Walk around.
Yeah.
So when we have
the worst thing is they can be like, hey, don't go here.
Yeah, don't go here. Right, don't put me on camera. But for the most part, like when my guy walks around, I mean, there's people, especially with the stabilizer, they love interacting with the camera. Yeah. And that's one
especially
thing.
If you got a light.
That's one thing at our events. With people catching these recaps and stuff, we definitely want them on our squad. Just so they could be a part of that feeling, like I said, FreeLabel was going legit pretty soon, and we want to have that MTV presence there. Like if you're at one of our events or one of our events that we're sponsoring, we want people to be excited. Like, dude, FreeLabel's here. Like, how can I get this? I mean, we now have people working. I got my homegirl Chanel working for me, and she's really good. So if y'all see her at the show, she'll probably be passing out like my business cards and just promoting the site. And that's the other thing. One thing I learned, doing this, the more stuff like further we've gotten is that people want to, work for us. Obviously we want to provide, real jobs for people in the future, but if we can provide an intern position where you're still able to, whether it be get a college credit, you're still getting that experience of media, like what it's like to be a part of media. I mean, whether if it's interviewing people for the site, taking photos with people, doing blogs and stuff like that. And that's just where we're at today, is that we found that there are people out there. There is somebody that just likes to do write-ups. There is somebody that just likes to do film or just to set up or do any type of production work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Those people are out there, and we know that we're kind of reaching that level where it's like, we're no different than like a Viceland or any of those things when it comes to production work or just being in the field. So we definitely want to capitalize on that and create quality content for people.
Hell yeah. It's definitely the move. I was thinking about, as you were talking about, that was like the whole, everyone's cool about being on camera and like building FreeLabel and stuff like that. It's almost like it's their shot to be a part of history.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like we're getting to the point to be able to self-sustain ourselves. All we need is the support of ourselves to self-sustain. And right now we're giving our support without really knowing to other markets, because that's what we've always done.
Yeah.
And we ourselves are getting to the point where it's just like, why can't I be the one pulling people from different markets? Or why can't we be that entity that everyone's like, oh, let's go to them. Let's check their shit out, And it's like we're becoming a hub because there's so many creatives, so many ideas, so much availability. Like, I have this podcast. Anyone can have this podcast. Anyone can do whatever they want. And the resources are out there. The knowledge is there to be learned. All you have to do is have the desire to do it and the idea of what you're trying to do, goals, guidance, whatever, and just do it. Because without doing it, you're just going to be sitting there regretting, stewing in your own whatever.
So. You don't want to do that. Like I said, responsibility, discipline yourself. But yeah, for artists that are, looking to take their career to the next level, anybody, if you're a brand, if you're a blogger, if you're a promoter, check out FreeLabel.net, because it's going to make everything that you're doing 10 times easier.
And this is Desert-Wxlf, part of FreeLabel, so if you see him in the streets, they're running this shit. So just so you know, they're running this shit. That's your connect right there. So network, get your name out there. Like,
it's weird.
Everyone come up.
We try to I have to use examples. We're no different than Say Cheese. Shout out to the homie Sean Cotton, but I know he gets a lot of traffic, and it'd be cool to collab with him one day. But hey, I know we can put you on placements. Like I said, a lot of artists these days, they really want to be on placements. They're trying to put themselves, like their brand or whatever they're doing, to a package. So like I said, FreeLabel teaches you a lot about the music business and how things work.
Hell yeah! All right, with that being said, dope podcast, episode 3.
Thank you for having me, man.
We went for almost I don't know, this is probably the longest podcast so far.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it was good to have you. Episode 3 of the Stop Scrolling podcast. This is JohnnyB theShooter, and
yo, this is Desert-Wxlf for FreeLabel, man.
What can where do you have coming up before we let you go?
Let's see. Next Saturday, we got July 6th, we got Fubu Palooza with our homeboy Mecca. He's gonna be bringing out Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones.
Yeah.
So you're bringing out Mike Jones. He's been killing it with the Fubu Palooza retro parties, man. He's been bringing out Chingy, Little Flip.
Murphy Lee, St. Lunatics.
He brought out Maxwell Cream before, man. So you definitely don't want to miss this party. It's a retro party. Do-rags, tall tees, Air Force Ones, everything early 2000s. This will be next Friday, July 6th at Royal Lane Studios.
Check
and
it out.
does get packed. So make sure you get there early. And if you see me, make sure you come holler at me if you got something.
Come photo ready too, cause last time I counted like 10 photographers, 10 videographers. So just know you will be captured.
Yeah.
Come correct.
And come correct, like you said, man.
Yeah, but once again, this is the episode 3 of the Stop Scrolling podcast with JohnnyB Shooter and Desert-Wxlf. And until next time,
peace
out. Yeah. Waking up and I'm feeling like I'm just living out my dream.